Hey everybody, this is Robin over at the 4Art Space, and today we're going to talk to photographer, digital art, and mixed media artist, Georgia Velisaris. Hey Georgia, how are you?
Hi, everybody.
So, we've been talking to a lot of artists, kind of just real candid kind of questions and things. Um, One of the things I think I would love people to kind of know is, has the coronavirus, now we're a year in, has the coronavirus affected you in your creative day to day? And if so, how? If not, why do you think not? Like, kind of give us sort of like your scenario on it.
Okay. Well, it has made some differences because of the fact the shows that I've been to so many years, they weren't happening. So that was a shock. But what's done with me, I've created an artwork for me, and I rarely do that. So that's been really cool. I did um, a huge piece with pieces. And the other thing too, it's made me to do more artwork. Still the same thing, but making more. And that's a good part. But it is sad when you can't go to all these different shows that you usually go, and you really hope that they're coming up this year or next year. That's how I've been dealing with it.
Yeah, so it's more like the social things. Like we used to do third Fridays.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, this month is a year that we have not had our monthly third Fridays.
Yeah, I know.
And for 17 years prior, I've never missed an opening night ever.
Yeah.
So that definitely for me,
Yeah.
on your point, was a huge upheaval. Like,
Yeah.
what do we do now? Like,
Yeah.
how do we survive now?
Yeah.
So one of the things I think I did with you guys early on was jump on the online sort of viewing, buying space, so
Yeah,
people could
yeah,
view
yeah.
art and buy it.
Yeah.
But have you done any of that on your own, and if so, do you feel like that's working at all for you?
I've been doing what I usually did before the virus came, putting my art like behind me here. I put in Facebook or sometime my own personal one, or I talk to friends who want to see, so I show them from my phone, etc. It's still the same way, but I know some of my other artist friends, they're excited to getting back into shows, but they're a little, about, so how do we deal with it now? Because how should we do something or things to protect us and our buyers? So me and some of my artist friends that I keep in touch with, we've been using online and everything, and Facebook and everything. What should we do? We just messages, etc., to try to figure how can we do this and go on like we used to. And some shows are starting to come back, but still there's questions. So that's,
Yeah, it's been difficult, I think, for a lot of artists trying to now figure out what is our next step. I think I've been watching a lot of different artists. Some of them are getting pretty frustrated.
Yeah.
And then some are finding ways to be successful on an online service oriented thing.
Yeah.
So it really is, I think, just finding what works for you.
Right.
Because what works for me or what works for some of the other artists isn't necessarily going to be for you or I.
Right.
So I think that's part of the struggle, is figuring that out, finding that platform that is easy for a person to get on and update on a daily basis or a weekly basis or however. And also
Yes.
promoting via social media has been a huge thing. But I appreciate that a lot of you guys who are with me at 4Art Space are people who rising above. You know, you guys are really fighting to figure all of this stuff out, and we do it together as well. So I think that's a huge thing too, because I know there's a lot of artists who are out there just on their own, and they're just trying to figure this stuff out. So I think just by hearing what our struggles have been and what our successes, like my major success has been Facebook. I've sold probably more art in 1 year during the coronavirus than I have in a year of Third Fridays, open receptions.
Yeah.
And I can say that I've seen a lot of artists who started to jump on that and post, you know, not only works in progress, but then their finished piece.
Oh, yeah.
Then all of a sudden you already got an audience because you're telling people, hey, look what I started. Let me, you know, give you a little snippet of video. Let me give you some stills. You know, that's been real helpful, I found.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been doing that?
Well, what I've been doing, and I have to give them a thumbs up for places like a coffee shop. The owner there says, bring your small pieces. We'll put them on the wall. Where I do my exercise, bring your art, put it on our wall. We have a wall here. So different places have been so great to artists to say, hey, you can't find a place, here, put it on our wall. And that's meant a lot to me, because these are places that I've been going to for quite a while, and some new. But they say, hey, bring some of your work, and I'm really, really happy about that.
Yeah.
And that's made a big difference too.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of artists doing that as well. And
Yes.
even in their own apartment complex, they would ask a manager, hey, would you mind, you know, because some of them have hallway walls. Do you mind if I just hang a few pieces? You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, they've been obliging. I mean, I think a lot of people who are in the business arena, we kind of share sort of this struggle together, and have been very helpful. So that's great. That's one thing that I think a lot of artists should look into as well.
Yeah.
Those businesses that are open, restaurants, cafes, bookstores, whatever. I mean, I can't know, but
Your
just ask them.
exercise,
Yeah.
where you exercise.
Yeah, any
Yeah.
place. See what
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
I mean, all they can say is no, right?
Yeah, but that's been great. I didn't think it would happen like that. And that's helped a lot for me. So yeah, you guys go out there and see, you know, physically where you can put your art as well.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a look at your art real quick that you have hanging up this
Okay.
month.
Okay, cool.
And thanks, Georgia.
You're welcome.
You guys can find Georgia on Facebook. I will link her website in the comments below. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.